Hey everybody, happy holidays. And you're watching the second part of the movies that I picked up for the Christmas haul. Yes, December is a nice little holiday season, and I couldn't fit all these movies in one post without it being like 40 minutes long, maybe 50, but we're back. We're back. And it's time to finish the movies in the Christmas haul. And stay tuned at the end of this video for two nice big sets. One is a Blu-ray set and the other one's a DVD set, but I'm kind of happy with what I picked up. Anyhow, to start it off, I went into the dollar section of Cheap Thrills around October, November, and I found top 10 heavyweights. And this one is actually a boxing list. It has Muhammad Ali, Ezzard Charles, who I've never really heard of, Jack Dempsey, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Larry Holmes, Jack Johnson, Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, and Gene Tunney. I've never heard of Ezzard Charles, so that's kind of a unique set. But yeah, this set looks at the top 10 heavyweights, and you're going to have, it's really surprising that Mike Tyson's not on here, because you would think, he would be on this list, because, the guy used to be feared back in the 80s, He used to, they said his entrance alone was just, it was used to, to intimidate people at Welcome to the Terror Dome, and him coming out. Yeah. Now we're going to get into the movies. That was just a sports thing. I got to have my sports, I got to have my sports deal. Anyhow, I picked up a Clint Eastwood classic, and this one comes from the Goodwill. It is Firefox. And I actually had the trade paperback of it. Or, well, not the trade paperback, a little book of it that I use as a display on a shelf. But yeah, this was unique. It's Firefox. I've never seen this one from Clint Eastwood, and at first I wondered if this actually existed. I was like, is it just somebody just put Eastwood on a book, But it exists, and it's one of his from the Clint Eastwood collection. But that's a nice little Goodwill pickup. This one came from the pawn shop. And I was surprised to see it there, because I think I may have this one. If not, I'll just go ahead and trade it out later. I'll save it in the trade pile. But it is the Wolverine. And this one adapts a little bit of the Wolverine, in Japan stuff that Frank Miller and them will do. They put that, Logan was big into the samurai stuff, Japanese culture. And it really stayed with the character a lot. And I really like that, here he is holding, the sword and the claws out. And I remember me and Eddie and Chris went and seen this one, and we all walked away very happy with it. Plus the ending of it really leads into Days of Future Past. And I remember we all was like popping, when we saw, whoa, okay, that's good. But, yeah, this was a nice little movie set. Now, this one come from the pawn shop, too. And this one, I remember picking this one up, and I was like, oh, God. I just got it because I'm a Batman fan, and I'm a completionist, even though this movie sucked. And the director is now trying to defend this movie, saying, oh, well, it was just all the bad press I got. No, buddy, you wrote a terrible movie. And it was the changes made in this movie. It's The Flash. And this movie would have done good had they stuck to the original plan. And basically, Michael Keaton's Batman was supposed to survive this movie. He was supposed to survive, and he was supposed to become the Nick Fury of the new DC Universe movies. He was going to show up, and he was going to recruit a new Justice League to stop any of this situation from ever happening. He was going to lose his world, but he was going to come in and be the hero. And it all changed. It all changed on a dime, because DC was being sold, and it was like, it's just crazy, man. It was just crazy seeing all that changes. But moving on, I picked up one from Cheap Thrills that I was surprised. And this thing is in great condition. And I love this special edition set of this on DVD. And I've been looking for this one as an Arnold fan for a couple of years now. It is The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Killian, I'll be back.
Only in a rerun.
I always love that line. This one has the 2-disc set. As you can see, this has the 2-disc set version. And They recently remade this movie and put it on Amazon Prime. I really don't understand how you could do that. I haven't seen it yet, but the original Running Man is just perfect. I picked up season 1, and I remember Sean told me, he said, this is a good series. He said, you'll like it. Eddie's praised it. The final season is now starting, and I've got to sit down and watch it. And I decided to start with season 1, and I got this from Cheap Thrills. It's Stranger Things season 1. They had season 2, but I said, let me try season 1 first. So I went ahead and got season 1. Now this one came from Cheap Thrills, and he actually had this one marked down because he had an unopened copy that was it was a couple dollars more expensive. But I went ahead and got this one. I remember teasingly picking this one up, but this one looked kind of cool for revenge, or one of those back late 70s, early 80s women revenge films. Where this was gator bait. They killed her kin. They burned her out. They made her a savage. Then she came for revenge, Cajun style. Yeah, gator bait, baby. They used to make all kinds of these movies back in the late 70s, or Mother's Day, Gator Bait. I think I Spit on Your Grave. It's like all these movies had this theme. These women were hurt, and they would come back for revenge. Continuing in the theme of action films, and I've been looking at this one for a while, and I've debated on buying it, and then I saw it in Cheap Thrills, and I went ahead and picked it up. It is The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. Sam Elliott. You know, Sam Elliott's such a badass. Only he could kill Hitler and Bigfoot. He probably killed him at the same time. He probably just, I mean, the man's stone cold. I mean, he's got the voice, And unlike any other movie you'll see this year, an endlessly engaging adventure. So I'm very intrigued by that one. I might have to watch that one again. Okay, this one was unique. Okay, in the 2010s, Stallone came back. He really came back with Rocky Balboa, and he started doing movies he started writing movies, that was really cool, like action films. Like he put all the male action stars of the 80s and 90s together in films, and those become the Expendables movies. Well, somebody decided, we need to do a females version. And this one actually had Cynthia Rothrock, Vivica A. Fox, and Virginia Nielsen together. And they called them Mercenaries. This didn't really take off as much as the Expendables movies. But hey, you got to give them an A for effort on that one. I haven't seen this one, but I was like, I really want to watch this one. And Cheap Thrills had it. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and get it. And, but that's the last action film. Now the rest are going to be horror films. Oh, yeah, we're going to get into the horror section now. Let's get ready. Okay, one of the first horror films I picked up, and this one is unique. It's a Fright Fest Fangoria film. It's got Wes Bentley, Michael Madsen, I think he passed away, and Eric Roberts. It is The Tomb, from the writer and producer of The Crow, The Tomb. I've not seen this one, but it looked unique. This one actually came from Goodwill, never been opened, and it's Don't Breathe. I've always heard this was a good one. I think they made like another sequel to it. It was more action-oriented, but the first one was more horror style from the, basically these people break into a house and the guy's blind, and yeah. Another movie I picked up, and this one has some horror themes to it. It is Lady in the Water by M. Night Shyamalan. M. Night is up and down. I mean, he could do a good film, but old, and a lot of I watched Trap, and some of the films just have too many endings to them. I mean, you could really deliver a good ending, and then all of a sudden he would just do another ending, and then do another ending, and I'm like, no, you should have ended the film two endings ago. And I haven't seen this one yet, but this one's got Paul Giamatti and Bryce Dallas Howard. I don't know how good this is going to be, but We should see. We should see. I picked up Dark Summer. I've never seen this one. This one looked good for a dollar section. Yeah, this one looks like a supernatural. Somebody put on there fun supernatural teen horror. I've not seen this one. It's got a cool cover. Some crushes last forever. Yeah, that's how it goes, buddy. That's how it goes when you're an incel. Okay, I'm just straight. Hopefully that don't tick people off. But I had to make a joke there. But anyhow, I picked up this one from the Goodwill. This one is actually no, this come from the pawn shop. I'm sorry, I saw that one. This one is Supernova with Angela Bassett and James Spader. I watched this one years ago. I can't remember. So I can get flashes in my mind, but it's been many years since I've seen it. And I like space horror films, so that one looks pretty good. Now this one came from Cheap Thrills. I got this one because it's got two films I don't have. It's got Blood Angels and Succubus, Hellbent. It's a vampires collection. And I remember getting this one from Cheap Thrills in November. I thought, okay, this looks kind of cool. This looks kind of unique. I'm going to go ahead and get this one. Don't ask me what it is. You know, I've not seen those two, but I've seen vampires in the middle. So I went ahead and picked it up. This one was in the dollar section, amazingly. And it is The Last House on the Left Collector's Edition. This one, I think this is from the 70s. This is the classic 1970s Last House on the Left horror film. Like I said, there's a lot of these films with women revenge films. And I went ahead and got this one. Written and directed by Wes Craven. So yeah, that's always a buy when you got Wes Craven on it. I got the Midnight Horror Collection box. Bloody Slashers. I have never seen any of these movies. I have never seen any of these movies. I have never seen Clown, Hoboken Hollow. What in the hell is Hoboken Hollow? Oh, Curtains. I've never seen that. So, again, some of these are really cool box sets. Now, this one I showed in the video. I think it was the Solo Mission. And I knew I was going to get this one because this one had a lot of good, cool stuff. It had scarecrows, and sometimes they come back. And, you know, I don't have dolls, but I had Pumpkinhead. But I went ahead and got this set. There's this was the 6 horror movies box set. And I showed this to the guy that's like, I'm going to go ahead and get that. And this was around October. I filmed this one when I got this set. But yeah, here's the movies on the back. I was like, this is probably one of the strongest sets they've had, you know. Like I said, I don't have dolls. I don't have scarecrows. And I don't have Sometimes They Come Back. Or Raw Meat. I don't have those 4 movies. I could do with the other 2. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get that set. Now, this just passed. This holiday just passed. This is kind of unique. This is Eli Roth at his best, Thanksgiving. I actually seen clips of this. I was like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and get that. And I think this was a teaser on that Quentin Tarantino movie about the holiday Thanksgiving. So I'm going to go ahead and get this. It's kind of cool. I think it was on the Grindhouse, and that Trilogy of Terror was Thanksgiving was a horror film. That and Machete, and you know, I think, and the Eli Roth went ahead and made it into a movie. I think that was one of those, that Thanksgiving was one of those. Okay, now back in the summer, I actually got this, and I didn't get to show it in the monthly movie pickups, but because I was watching it, and I forgot to take it out of the player and show it. Yeah, that's ECW fan for you, because you know he gets. Anyhow, this one is a classic. It's surreal. You have to watch it. I really debated on putting it in the horror film section. It's a surreal horror film type way, possibly. I debated on it, but I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and slap it in the horror section anyway. It is Donnie Darko, and I remember I was like, man, this is a really good film. I love the whole thing about it. I love the rabbit suit, and I was like, man, this is really nice. And I'm very glad I picked it up. I'm debating on where I put that film. I guess I put it in the horror section, given its themes of the end of the world and stuff, and Donnie Darko, and yeah, it's I was surprised that I read that they actually made a sequel to that, and it sucked. It is Donnie Darko, and I'm like, how do you make a sequel to that? And even the director and the writer are like, nah, we don't want no part of this, and that movie didn't do good. Now this one is more of an action revenge film, but it's psychological horror, I guess. Uh, it's a primal psychedelic rage scream of a movie slash film. It is Nicolas Cage and Mandy. I got this from Cheap Thrills. Mandy. Yeah, Nicolas Cage. Freak out, baby. Nicolas Cage. I actually got 2 Cage films in this, and both of them are horror films. Because I've seen this one on the Tubi. The next Nicolas Cage film. I'll go ahead and show you it. I'll show it off. I was going to debate, but okay. This is the second one I got. It's Willy's Wonderland. I like these. It was very weird that we had 2 or 3 of these films about animatronic characters based off Five Nights at Freddy's just appear in movies, but Willy's Wonderland is just very, very different for Cage. He barely talks in this film. He's just a guy that's messed up mentally in this place, and he comes in as a janitor, and he just starts fighting these evil demonic creatures. It's very, very weird. Speaking of very fun, never been opened, by the way. I got this from the pawn shop. It is Frankenstein versus the Mummy. I've never seen this one. Eddie may have seen it. This came from the pawn shop, and I was like, okay, this looks unique. I've never seen this movie. It's rest in pieces. You can see the back cover of it. I don't know how good this one would be. They make all kinds of Frankenstein movies. They make millions of Frankenstein movies. Now, this actually came from Walmart. Like I said, I buy some rare things at Walmart. Okay, it's very rare. Very rare for ECW fan to go to Walmart. I'm not much of a Walmart shopper, if they could say, because I'm more into trying to find stuff cheap. But I had to get this set because it completed my, all the Children of the Corn sets. And this one is Children of the Corn collection. And this has 6 films. The 6 film set. I actually have Children of the, I think I have Children of the Corn too, but on a separate DVD. But this one goes all the way up to Children of the Corn Revelation. And the first film was just iconic with the cornfield and, he who, I can't think of his name. But yeah, you can see those discs loose in there. That's a famous Walmart tradition. I tried 2 sets of this, and each disc was loose. I don't know what it is about Walmart and their discs loose in these packages. It's like, really? Can you not have the disc loose? But that's how it is. Now, another set that I actually got this one new from Cheap Thrills, because they had this one still new on the shelf, because I was trying to complete a collection set of this. It's Hellraiser Revelations. Revelations is before the last of the 2018 film. I have almost all the Hellraisers except one, and the Hulu film. I don't think they've released the Hulu film out on DVD yet, so that kind of sucks. So yeah, getting all those, even though they replaced Doug Bradley in the last 2 or 3 films, I guess I can get by with it. But now this film is a classic horror film. It's The Witches from the late, I think, 89 or 90. I mean, this is creepy as hell. As a kid watching this, it creeped me out. Even though they tried to gear the film toward kids in a way, I guess, but because you can see the cover, but it's creepy as hell, man. Creepy. And that's all the horror films on DVD I got. Now we're going to get to the box sets. Oh, yes. Now we're to the final ones, the box sets. This will complete the movies, the Christmas haul movies for this month. And, well, It's a good way to end the Christmas haul, movie-wise. So anyhow, I had these two sets for a while in Cheap Thrills. I was like, I'm going to look online. Well, one set is unavailable. You can't find it. This Blu-ray set is unavailable. The other set was $80 to $100 for all 3 volumes in one set. And I'm going to go ahead and start with it. Because I made a good trade on this. I made some trades and got some good stuff here from it. And this one is the DuckTales set. Yes, the DuckTales set. This has all 3 volumes in it. Volume 3, this is it right here on the back. You can see all the sets there. You can see that. The third set is just insanely crazy to find. I don't know what it is. I guess it was low print volume, but all 3 together, this set's like $80 to $100. Cheap Thrills had it for way less than that. So I said, I better go ahead and get, because I'm collecting the 80s classic cartoons, I better go ahead and get this DuckTales set on the trade. Because it's just insane price, even on eBay. And, Sean went through all of this. They're all there, and they're all good. Same way he did this next set. Now, this next set I couldn't find anywhere. I tried on Amazon, and I tried on eBay. And I think eBay was wanting, maybe I found one set, but I was like, I don't really, do I really want to trust eBay when I could just trust Cheap Thrills because they're closer with it? And I was like, I went back and forth on it. I was like, I better go with Cheap Thrills, I better go with them. So this set, oh my God, this is a beautiful Blu-ray set. And this one is the Fly Collection. Now this one, it's a little pricey, but I got a good trade on it. I got a good trade with some movies and stuff I brought in. But man, look at that set. Vincent Price, Jeff Goldblum. You got Jeff Goldblum on the front. Then you got the classic Vincent Price and them on the back. And like I said, this has Return of the Fly. Okay, this has The Fly, Return of the Fly, The Fly, and The Fly 2, and The Curse of the Fly. The Fly by David Cronenberg is just creepy as hell. I think you saw it in the video where me and Sean was talking about this set. It's just creepy as all hell, man. Let's just say that the bug and the alien baby, the bug baby and the larva, man, it stays with your mind, man. Imagine watching this as a kid, man. It screws with your mind for a while. It was just creepy. That was David Cronenberg, man. I've seen The Fly too, but yeah, I mean this set, I couldn't find it on Amazon, man. And I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 sets on eBay, and I think either they went way up there, or you couldn't trust it because you didn't know what you was gonna get. But those 2 sets pretty much ended my Christmas movie haul pickups. I was very happy to find all this stuff for Christmas, except 1 or 2 things that come over the summer that I forgot to show. But yeah, for a Christmas haul movie-wise, this is probably one of the best movie hauls I picked up to show for the holiday season. And like I said, you don't have to buy expensive stuff at Walmart all the time. You can find it in your thrift shops, your Goodwills, your pawn shops. You just gotta look at the discs, look at the condition. You can find them out there, and who knows? But I want to tell you everything here. I just want to say this was a great holiday pickups. I want to thank you for watching these last 2 videos, and next week the games will be shown. I'm kind of excited because I got some good video games this year. I'm kind of happy with what I picked up. So on to the video games next week. Have a good, happy, Merry Christmas.